Rob, I know you said Sanchez and Walker through a sim game Sunday. What's the rest of their week looking like now in preparation for potentially being used Friday or earlier if needed for whatever reason?
Well, they'll be available for the next 2 games out of the bullpen.
Gonna go to JP.
Thanks, Rob. A key moment last night, you stay with Alvarado against Pham. What were some of the thoughts you had there with staying with the lefty against the righty in really a huge spot?
Just the fact that I trust Alvarado, and he gets right-handers out as well as he gets left-handers for the most part. And I thought it was a good matchup. So I thought just stay right there. And if he didn't get Pham, then his pitch count would have been up a little bit. So then we would have probably moved on.
Okay, next question. Dave in the back on the right.
Hey, Rob, you've known Kevin Long for a long time. As circumstances would have it, you wound up together again here. What do you think has made him such a good hitting coach? He's had such a long track record of success.
Yeah, Kevin, obviously his knowledge of hitting and putting game plans together is a real strength for him. But I think Kevin's biggest strength is how he communicates with the players, how much the players trust him. I think a player could go into the cage and have the worst cage session he's ever had in his life and walk out of the cage just because of Kevin and feel like he can go hit, because that's how he makes a guy feel. He gives our hitters a great deal of confidence.
And just to follow on that a little, Rob, is it Trea Turner was just up there and said that what they've tried to do as hitters is maybe simplify things a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they have all the numbers, all the data, but they have it just mentally to try to keep it simple. Do you think that's been a part of that, a little bit of a throwback approach?
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, there's a room full of information that we get now. And I think the greatest coaches, what they do is they take this room full of information, they put it in a little thimble to hand to the player, and just keep it as simple as possible so they can go up to the plate, they can put their body on autopilot and just hit. That's what they need to do.
Okay, next question. Over there on the left.
Hey, Rob, when you look at Aaron Nola's last 4 starts, you know, the last 2 in the regular season and these 2 in the postseason, what's kind of been the biggest difference from what you've seen, and what does it say about him that he's like kicked it in the gear kind of when it matters the most?
Well, I've always said he's a big game pitcher, and I've seen it for many years here, and especially the last 2 years in the playoffs. He's stepped up. The last 4 or 5 starts, I guess, it's the ability to throw strikes, the ability to command the baseball, because that's his strength. He changed his stride direction a little bit, so now he can get the ball to his glove side. So he can front hip lefties, he can backdoor righties. It gives him the ability to get on top of his breaking ball a little bit more, so that makes the breaking ball better. It gives him the chance to get on top of the changeup a little bit more, so there's a little bit more depth to the changeup. He's just been really good and really consistent the last 4 or 5 starts.
Okay, JP.
Rob, how do you balance the success that Castellanos is having now with wanting to keep him where he's comfortable in the 7th spot? Obviously, you can get one more at-bat if you move him up potentially.
Yeah, I think, I think he's comfortable there. And 2, I think Bowman Stott will hit. I mean, Bowman hit 2 line drives last night. You can't do much about a baseball after it leaves your bat. You just got to lay a good swing on it and hit it hard someplace. And he did that. With Casty down and as hot as he is right now, it makes our lineup really, really, really long. You got Schwarber, you got Trea as well, but you got Schwarber, Harper, and now you got Cassie at the end. So you get some guys on base in between them. You got some chances to put up some crooked numbers. So I kind of like the way the balance of the lineup is right now. We're having success, so I tend not to try and overthink the situation. Just let them go play.
Okay, I'm going to go far left on the end.
Rob, what's your relationship like with Dave Dombrowski, and what do you think separates him from other people who run baseball organizations?
Our relationship is great, really is. I respect him a great deal. I think he's a future Hall of Famer, to tell you the truth, as an executive. He's taught me a lot about the game and a lot about front office, how it works, because I think I have to have some type of knowledge of how the front office works for and it helps me do my job. The greatest thing that happened to me was to go to the winter meetings last year with Dave and our front office and our scouting department, our pro scouts, and watch them work and see how much they care about winning and they care about this organization. And I said at the time, I wish that all the coaches, all the players could have been in those meetings just to see their work ethic and just see how much they care.